Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're going to be going through the Lost Sigils event and what you should be buying. Now, keep in mind, big disclaimer at the start, it's completely up to you. You can buy whatever you want. I'm just going to go through some numbers and talk about the values of things and what I would purchase. And keep in mind, I'm buying different stuff on different accounts as well. It all depends where your priorities are in the game at the moment. So just keep that in mind. We're going to go through the costs, and then after that, we're going to go through a couple runs, because I have been getting comments of people saying this is like, how do I get the right tokens for it, the right sigils, the right sigils for it and all that. So we'll do a couple of runs and talk about mixing up your team to get the right sigils. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll put these costs up on the screen. So if we look at the diamonds, now I feel like it's going to surprise some people, but diamonds are actually really not that bad. They're actually really good value, and I'm probably going to buy them on a few of my accounts. So just keep that in mind. I'll put the prices up on the screen right now. There you go. They're up there. So basically, what I basically did was multiplied the amount of sigils it costs to get each item by 40, which is the cost to get, which is one sigil for 40 diamonds, and worked out the diamond cost of each thing. So for me, I would definitely be buying all the normal scrolls on every account. People get real hung up on faction scrolls. For me, it's all about numbers and getting the quantities, because at the end of the day, you're going to need food for every faction. It's nice to target the heroes you want with the faction scrolls, yes, but when there's almost twice as good value on the normal scrolls, I definitely think they're the best. So that's what I'd go there. I definitely think it's worth buying those normal scrolls on everyone's account, because like the value, you're getting them for 1,600 diamonds. You're getting a 10 pull for 1,600. That's really worth it. That is really worth it. Shifting into those faction scrolls where they cost 2,800, so they're more than a normal 10 pull. So if you're going for pure numbers efficiency, it's actually better to buy the diamonds than it is to buy the faction scrolls. Me personally, I'll still buy the faction scrolls because I'll pay that extra 100. It's not too much difference. I'll pay the extra 100 diamonds to be able to get, target the factions that I want the fodder for and that I want the heroes for. So up to you. It's perfectly reasonable to go just normal scrolls, then be purely efficient and go straight for the diamonds. But obviously everyone's going to go faction scrolls, I think, just because, they're pretty good value. Next up, we have the purple stones. They cost 480. I wouldn't get them because you can end up buying them for gold in the shop once you get to a certain stage. And you're always swimming in these. It's normally the gold and the faction ones you're waiting for, which brings me to the gold ones. They're going to cost you 800 diamonds. I bought the two of them on my Gwyneth account to get her signature weapon up to level 20. I actually bought those two, and I bought the daily pack that gives you 10 because I was still 7 short. So I bought that $4.99 pack to get there. That'll be a video coming up. Gwyneth's level 20 signature weapon. It's pretty nice. So I wouldn't recommend buying these really either, because eventually these, and this is something I didn't realize a long time ago, or no, a short time ago, is that these actually turn up for gold in the shop as well. So I probably wouldn't buy these unless you're like me. You're really close to ticking that one signature weapon over to 20 that you really want. Then it becomes a matter of want over efficiencies, and that's what I did on the Gwyneth account. Moving on to these ones. Now I'm not sure if these faction ones pop up in the shop for gold eventually. I'm not sure if they do. So it's up to you on whether you want to buy these. I think I may end up buying these on my main account, just because I'm really working on getting all these celestial ones to eventually, because that account, I really want to focus on Athalia, get her up there. She's at Mythic Plus. I really want to max out her signature item. So I may actually buy those. They're coming in at a cost of 2,000 for the 10. So I think it may be cheaper. I'll try and jump over here to the shop, because as you can see, there you go. There's those gold ones selling for diamonds. I mean, the gold ones selling for gold, and that's 10 for 7.8 million. Or you can buy 30 for 23.40, which, wait, now we can do the maths. I didn't see this before we started. So those gold stones are 8, 16, 24. It's actually worse value buying them from the event than it is from here. Because from the event, if you wanted to buy 30 of those gold stones, it's going to cost you 2,400 diamonds. So definitely steer clear of them. And plus, I said you could definitely steer clear of them, unlike my Gwyneth, where I bought them. But having said that, just because they're better value in the shop, if you haven't unlocked them in the shop yet, and you need those couple to get to 20, it's still, not too bad in the end. But like I said, you can get them here for gold, which I'm going to purchase that right now because thank you very much. We're going to purchase that. And I'm just going to do a couple shop refreshes for science. See if we can get the... I'm going to buy that. We'll do one more, see if we can get it. Ooh, we'll take that as well. Okay, we'll do one. I'm trying to get the faction ones in there. Yes. Oh, that's 200 refresh, rip. Okay, and we didn't end up getting it, but hey, we got some extra dust and we got some extra stones, so not too bad. But yeah, I think it's around 3,000 as well. So I think the faction scrolls aren't the greatest value to go for there. So I'm going to say steer clear of those as well. The faction, sorry, not scrolls, faction emblems. So I'd leave them. Moving on to heroes. Heroes being a cost of 6,000. Now, this is completely up to you. Once again, if you're at that stage, you need one Rowan to get him ascended, you need one Tassie, you need one Pharrell. I would not buy K-Source. K-Source is a no-no for me. Just because you can get him from Labyrinth Store, which is the store you get the most points of, and you can buy heroes very frequently, I wouldn't spend 6,000 diamonds on a K-Source. On a Rowan, a Tassie, or a Pharrell, if you're like one copy away from Ascended, that's up to you. But for me, the value of going ahead and buying, so basically the value of going ahead and getting 6,000 diamonds and being able to do 2 and a bit 10 pulls, I'd prefer to do that. I know some people may go, that's stupid because, it's all RNG based. But to me, with the buff to the wish list, like since the wish list buff, I've never summoned a hero that's not on the wish list. So with the buff to the wish list, I feel like getting specific heroes is getting easier. So I wouldn't the value of the specific hero in these events gets lower. That's the way I look at it. So once again, feel free. You can buy whatever you want. Like feel free. Each person's like. If I was building a Pharrell, like if my alt account, which I'm going to build Pharrell next on Graveborn, if it was one Pharrell away, I'd probably buy it. But the value, I believe, you'd want to stick to the scrolls and the diamonds. That brings us to gear. Basically, gear I didn't even put on the list because, one, when I was making that little sheet, it didn't sort of fit in the sizing and I couldn't be bothered resizing. Number 2, they cost 7,200 diamonds for one piece of gear. That is way too much, in my opinion. If you're a complete endgame player and you've had the worst RNG on your drops and there's one piece of faction gear that you need and that's like the only thing you need in the whole game, yes, go for it. But anyone else, I definitely suggest not going for it because it's way too expensive. 7,200 diamonds for one piece of gear? No thanks. No thanks. And then obviously that brings us to the diamonds. So you can feel free to exchange those diamonds as much as you like. So for me, for most people, that was a bit of a drawn out, but I just wanted to go through the values because I feel like the value of them in diamonds is the best way to look at it. So for me personally, on most of my accounts, I'm just going to go for I'm going to go for normal scrolls, then I'm going to go for faction scrolls, and then I'm going to go for diamonds. Like I said, it's a perfectly reasonable option to go for faction scrolls, then straight diamonds if you're playing for pure efficiency on the costs. But like I said, on my Gwyneth account, I did go for the gold stones, and if I needed one copy of Tassie, Pharrell, or Rowan, I'd probably go for them. But yeah, it's completely up to you. You never know. Maybe buy like the scrolls first until you just have still just enough to get these guys. Although you can't really do that because you've got to really space out your tokens. Either way, I'd just still prioritize normal scrolls. Pretty much is what I'm trying to say. They're just such good value at 1,600. And then, like what we're about to go into now is people talking about trying to get the right the right sigils don't worry if you can't. Like, literally just focus on getting, you know, basically 60 of Wilder and Jesus, I can't talk today. Wilder and light bearers. Once you have 60 of those, don't worry about it. Just smash the others. Just smash the diamonds. If it becomes too hard, that's what I'm doing on most of my accounts, because, you know, doing this on 4 accounts, it gets time consuming. So I'm just like, all right, let's just go for scrolls and then just go for diamonds if I don't have the right heroes to get the factions there. So let's go to challenge here, and basically all you're gonna want to do is like pick your carry heroes and then try and choose support heroes for the other factions. So on this account, I'm pretty much always going to use K-Swords and Chimera as my carry heroes. And then you just choose support. So for instance, light bearers, you know, my Rowan's low, but hey, I'm going to try and use it. If I want to get another Graveborn, you know, I can go for Rel. He's only legendary, but he's good support unit. So you want to be looking into support units for the other factions. The one that's going to be hard is Maulers, just purely because they don't have many great supports. The one for Maulers I'd be looking at is Brutus, just because, you know, you can get some effectiveness out of a Brutus because he can actually survive for a little bit. And then, yeah, if you need Wilder tickets, like, there is so many options. You got Tassie, you got Nomori, you got Arden, you got Leica, all that thing. So yeah, let's just do something like this and see if we can win. And you can retry as many times as you want. So it doesn't really matter if your team doesn't work out the first time you do try it, because you'll have another crack pretty soon. So the thing I'm noticing is everyone's team has a Lucius and a Rowan, and it's an absolute pain. But sometimes it shouldn't be too bad. So there you go. That's the basic gist. I know it sounds easier for my account because I'm further, and it is. But like I said, if you are struggling to get the right ones that you need, for instance, I should really start going for the Wilder and that on this one. So I neglected it at the start, but I want to go Wilder and Light Bearers. So what I'm going to do is drop that, and then I'll just do it like this. And pretty much that's going to be my team. And then eventually I'll swap up like the Leica for the Leica or the Tassie for a Rosaline, and that's where I'll get my Light Bearers, and you'll eventually get it like that. So that's the gist of it. Try and focus on the factions for the things you like first. Obviously use your 2 best heroes all the time, and then just fill in the blanks. But once again, as long as you get those normal scrolls, if you end up just buying all diamonds with the rest of it, it's actually not a bad result. Not a bad result at all. So that is going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know in the comments what you're going to buy. If you're going to buy some heroes, please just don't put that you're going to buy gear. That would disappoint me. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.